Hey guys, okay, I'm just gonna do a quick intro to this video because when I watched playback, I had made some mistakes. But you know what? When the magic is on and you got it, you got it. So that first take was gonna be my take. I can't do another take. Okay, so I made a mistake by saying that Ala Zamter, the guy who played Raj Koothrappali's mom, had an Indian accent in real life. She doesn't. It's a British accent. And the sitcom that I talked about outsourcing, it was actually called Outsourced, which I knew, and I'm not sure why I said outsourcing. That's really weird, as if some alien parallel universe monster took over my brain. The funny actor I was trying to remember from Outsourced was Parvesh China, who was friends with my friend Sonal, who I took a Groundlings class with, who was also Sunny on the sitcom Scrubs with Zach Braff. Okay, phew. Oh, and one other thing I wanted to correct was that I said in one part of the video that Kunal Nayar said that they're less hygienic in India, and that was in no way meant to offend anyone. What I meant to say is germaphobe. But in any case, those are just my dorky little corrections, but hopefully you enjoy this video nonetheless, and peace out. Hey guys! Okay, so now this is a video I've been wanting to make for a while. Forgive the strange lighting effect and cardboard cutout ghost imagery that sort of comes along with like my video camera to still camera on my other phone. I'm not quite sure why it's doing that, but hey, it's a day after Halloween. It's kind of fitting. And Conan O'Brien really looks like a 1930s Happy Depression era ghost. The Brown Dandy. That was like one of his characters from before. But anyway, I'm starting off with this picture because Conan O'Brien is my absolute favorite talk show host, but that is not what this video is about. This video is about Kunal Nayar. He is, of course, he plays Raj in The Big Bang Theory. And back when I was still dealing with my problem in my apartment, my little renovation, reconstruction problem, and also extermination problem, that's another thing too, I basically was watching The Big Bang Theory. And I seem to remember, so I was watching it on DVD. I'd watched it on TV before. And I remember one time I was watching a nighttime talk show, one in which Kunal Nayar was talking, I think I'm saying his name right, Kunal Nayar, was speaking, and he was sitting on this side of the talk show host, you know, the standard nighttime talk show setup. And I remember he was kind of sitting on the edge of the couch, and I want to say it was something like The Tonight Show, and he was sitting on the edge of the couch, and he was very emphatically speaking about a project, and he was speaking in a very emphatic, not very high-class British accent, and he was like, he reminded me of my British college Shakespeare teacher, and he would say things like, feel the words in your diaphragm as you say them, feel the words in your thorax. I love that word, thorax. I never get the chance to use the word thorax enough. Feel the words in your genitals. Anyway, he was very word-centric, this teacher. But anyway, that's what, I swear to God, I remember Kunal Nayar speaking like. And so I was watching The Big Bang Theory, and I came across, there was like these extras, you know, on the DVD. Not that I have to explain that to you. And there were interviews of the cast members. And this was like into the second season. And I was like, oh, yay! I get to see him speak in his real accent. Because accents are just fascinating to me. I mean, that's what I kind of did in college. I wanted to be like the next shorter, younger Meryl Streep, but that never happened. But that's okay, because I still love accents. I took a phonetics class and everything. And it's kind of funny how people, I don't want to say they take on a completely different personality when they do a different accent, but they just have a different vibe about them. So I was just so looking forward to seeing Kunal Nayar, aka Koothrappali, speaking in his regular accent. So I started watching the interviews on the DVD, and he was not speaking that way. He was speaking in the same accent he speaks in on the show. So I was like, well, is he just doing that for effect? And I was really confused. So at that point, I go and I look up Kunal Nayar British accent. So I look it up on YouTube, and I try and watch every single interview I can of Kunal Nayar, and none of them feature British accents. Like, he's all speaking in the same way, same manner as he does in the show. And it was kind of funny because I talked to my friend about it, and her grandmother, oh my God, her grandmother is 90 years old, still just alive and kicking, such a great lady, and she's addicted to The Big Bang Theory. And so, of course, my best friend, would know, because she's probably seen interviews with Kunal Nayar before. And I go, so how do you remember him speaking in real life? What do you remember him sounding like? And she said, well, I kind of remember him as having like a California accent, just kind of like a contemporary California accent like we would have. Well, I guess I wouldn't really have it because I was raised in Massachusetts, but then again, I don't really have a Massachusetts accent because I was raised in Western Mass where we didn't have such things. We didn't speak like Cliff on Cheers. So anyway, that was kind of strange. But I don't, I'm not sure who of us would have had the better memory, or maybe it's just 3 different memories of 3 imploding alternate universes. So anyway, I looked up all these videos under Kunal Nayar, British accent, couldn't find any, except for The Ellen Show. And I knew it wouldn't have been The Ellen Show that I originally seen him on, A, because he only did a brief imitation, and B, I never watched The Ellen Show because I never watched daytime TV because I was always working during the day. Not so much anymore, but that's another story. But I remember I did watch this one. He did do an imitation, and a part of me was thinking, well, maybe when I saw him doing a British accent, maybe he was doing an imitation of someone. But I remember it being on a darker nighttime set. The host was male. I felt like it was Jay Leno, although I don't think Jay Leno was on. No, Jay Leno retired before then. So, but it was either Jay Leno or Conan or oh God, that other guy with the skeleton whose name I can't remember. I know I'm really doing a testament to my memory here. But the thing of it is the accent stood out so much in my mind because I'm an accent nerd. So when I was sitting there watching him sitting on the edge of the couch, being really emphatic about talking about a project, it didn't sound like he was imitating anyone because it sounded like he was, from what I remember, he was talking about a project that he had worked on. And everybody was really there and working together. But anyway, on The Ellen Show, he actually does do a pretty good accent, and that's his dog, so cute. And he's like, I always see him as a British gentleman. Like, when I offer him a biscuit, please, sir, may I have another? That's how he was talking, which was a little bit different than the emphatic Sacha Baron Cohen accent that I remember him having. Because, yeah, I mean, if I had to compare it to anyone, it would have been Sacha Baron Cohen. But this is more like a simpering kid in Oliver. Please, sir, may I have another? Oh my God, that is such a cute dog. So anyway, that's how he imagines his dog sounding after he gives him a biscuit. You want another biscuit? So that was just one sentence, and it was a catchphrase. So he obviously wasn't making a speech. So now that was on The Ellen Show. But I didn't find any other footage of him doing a British accent. Now, come to find out, this is the really fascinating part, because I Googled it. I Googled him, British accent, same thing as I did on YouTube. And come to find out, the subject matter of his accent has actually become a really big thing. So he actually has a book out. Yes, my accent is real. Yes, my accent is real. Down to a science. So these are some other things that came up when I Googled Kunal Nayar, British accent, Big Bang star Kunal Nayar wants you to know his accent is real. Big Bang Theory star Kunal Nayar releases book. Yes, my accent is real. I'm a little cooler than Raj Koothrappali, Kunal Nayar, television news. I haven't lost my Indian accent because I'm not trying to blend in. So I guess in my best friend's parallel reality, he was trying to blend in because he had a California accent. Or in that parallel reality, he grew up out here. I don't know. Big Bang Theory star Kunal Nayar. Yes, okay, so in conversation with Big Bang Theory star Kunal Nayar. Oh, he's a model too. And I think he married a model. So it was just really weird because, again, accents are very singular to me. And it was just something I felt like I had to make a video on. Now, in looking for... This is really funny. In searching for a video of him doing a British accent, I found another interview. It was really short. It was entitled Everyone's Sick on the Big Bang Theory. And it came out 4 years ago. I don't know if you can see down there. It's 4 years old. And they're all wearing masks. And so he was on the James Corden show. And James Corden, like, they were just talking, and he's like, yeah, Americans are really weird about the flu, you know, they're all like, stay away from me. And James Corden, like, well, how'd you avoid getting the flu? He's like, well, we all wore masks. And James Corden's like, oh, so did those work? Did those work, really? And they got sidetracked. So Kunal did not get to answer the question, which I'm kind of bummed about. But I'm thinking, you know, they're a show about science, they're a scientific show. They may as well wear masks. They are doctors of a sort, PhDs and whatnot. So I just thought that was really interesting, though, because it was almost like a precursor to what we're going through now. But hey, you know, if surgeons wear them, they got to do something, right? But anyway, I just thought that was like a strange, almost time loop kind of thing, especially when I'm researching it now that they all wore masks. And he treated it as though not only are Americans weird and they tell everybody to stay away from them when people have the flu, which is a given, but he just basically joked, I just walk around with continuous dysentery. I'm from India. So, but he made a joke about that, like that in India they're not quite as hygienic. But he also kind of intimated that Americans are so weird about the flu that they would wear masks. And so that was really strange to me. So that's what we're doing now. There's more on Conan. They interviewed the whole cast. They seem like one of those fun casts that gets along. And it's funny because when they're not copying their nerdy persona, especially the guys, they are all actually more actory looking, like in the handsome kind of good looking way. Sheldon still looks like an alien no matter what we do to him. Sheldon looks like E.T., like a smooth E.T. So the other thing I did was I went in because I thought to myself, well, maybe I'm confusing Koothrappali with someone else. Although you'd think that's kind of hard to do because, I don't know, I mean, Koothrappali. He's Koothrappali. Raj Koothrappali. So I looked in and I thought, well, I'll look up the guy from Outsourcing. That was a show about an Indian call center, and his name was Sacha Dhawan. So while I think that Raj is cute, like I'm thinking, well, what other Indian actors do I think are cute? And I could have sworn Sacha Dhawan had a British accent. And I looked at his interviews, and he does, but it's not quite the Sacha Baron Cohen, like, emphatic type thing. So I really don't think it was him. And plus, Outsourcing was on much earlier and went off the air much earlier than The Big Bang Theory, from what I remember. So, and it definitely didn't stay on the air as long, but I really actually liked Outsourcing. Although I guess some people thought it was kind of offensive. I don't know, but it was just about an Indian call center, and there was some guy on it who was friends with one of my friends that I went to the Groundlings with. Her name was Sonal. She was Sunny on this Zach Braff show about the doctors, which the name of which is escaping me. But it was so funny. And there was a guy named Rajiv, I remember that. And then I looked up other Indian American actors that I could be confusing with it, and I got nothing. I mean, Cal Penn has an American accent. Aziz Ansari has an American accent. Mindy Kaling, we know it couldn't be her. These other people I don't know. I love that guy. Adam Beach. He's an Indian American or an American Indian actor. That's so funny. But these other people I'm not so familiar with. I am familiar with that dude down there, the self-help guru. So, okay, so these are slight bit of extras. These are some extras. So this is Mrs. Koothrappali, Alice Amta, and she has an Indian accent too. So, but I definitely didn't get Koothrappali confused from Mrs. Koothrappali. And that's me right there. I'm with her at a press event. Yeah, she's one of the ones, man. She's one of the ones that always takes pictures of everyone who's there. So she's pretty funny, and she's really supportive of my writing too. So you got to give Alice props. And then, and this is just an extra too. This is from my friend's film, The Selling, and I'm with Simon Helberg there. And let's see. And that's me with, oh God, it's so blue. That's me with Barry Bostwick. He's like so tall. Barry Bostwick is also in The Selling. And that's appropriate for Halloween or just the day after Halloween because, of course, you got Rocky Horror Picture Show. So that's it. And then, so here's some Halloween extras. You might not be able to see, but it says, I don't know whether to add salad dressing or add holy water. These are some weird tomatoes. Somebody posted it online, and that's really freaky. Those are tomatoes from a Freakalicious parallel universe. And then, oh my gosh, this is a picture that I took last night when I went over to my friend's house to trick or treat. The moon was like obscured by clouds. It's so perfect. It gets that way in California. And this is really funny. Why did the movies come out 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3? And Yoda says, in charge of scheduling I was. Down there. Hilarious. Oh my God. Can you guess what these kids are? What are these kids dressed up? I'll give you a hint. You big dummy. Oh my God, they're so cute. Lamont, you big dummy. And then this kid, oh my God, these shoes are so adorable. They look like the Build-A-Bear shoes. Like when you'd go to, there was this Build-A-Bear workshop in the mall that I used to go to, and they were just so round and brown and cute. And oh my God, this is a great one. This just says same costume as last year. Baby dressed as a sperm. And bam, that's about it. Anyway, I hope you guys have a happy Halloween. And just feel free to weigh in on what accent you remember Garage Koothrappali having in real life. And hopefully I can get these lighting effects on this camera fixed toot sweet and soon. Anyway, let me know what you know. Let me know what you remember. And peace out.